This is how God provided me with a job, how God sustained me for more than 6 months, how God delivered me, and how God gave me the discernment also to choose the right job for me. So, I want to share this testimony because I've been struggling without a job for the past half a year, and I shared that also in my past videos and in some shorts, and I saw some of you guys are also experiencing the same thing. So I want to bring in some hope here and bring some light into this world, because God did it for me and God can do it for you, and God is doing it for you too. God is preparing the best opportunity for you, and that's why He's having you waiting. So the only thing you have to do, please, is just remain faithful, remain hopeful, and stay with God. And stay positive, even though it hurts, even though you feel like you are struggling, you don't even know how you're gonna make it through the next months, you don't even know how you will be able to pay groceries, pay your bills, and just to get through each month. I know it's hard, I've been there, and it's your time to learn how to trust, learn how to accept help, and learn how to grow your faith. So take this as an opportunity. It's such a blessing that God gave you this time of suffering, this time of um, lack, so that you can learn how to be abundant in God, knowing that as long as you have God, you have abundance and you have everything that you need. And I know it kind of feels like, yeah, it's so easy to say, finally, you've got a job. Hey, I know it's way easier to say it than going through it. But hey, I've been there too. I've been going through it. And I know it feels like you're dying in life, because how are you going to make it through? You feel really like there's something here, like stabbing you, and giving you anxiety. But every time that you feel like this, just take one step at a time, breathe, pray to God, give Him your anxiety, your sufferings, your worries, your doubts. Give all of them to Him. He will take care of those. And just keep doing your best to get out of this season, because of course you have to do your part. So in my case, I was all the time looking for jobs. I was applying. I was, even though I had no idea, because most of the jobs you apply to also you don't even get an answer. So I get you, but I was still faithful doing it, improving my CV, adapting my CV to almost all the job openings I was seeing. Of course, not all of them, but the ones I've resonated with, and God delivered. God delivered for me in less than a week. So it doesn't matter if it's taking you months now to find a job, years. God can literally turn around your situation in a day, in less than a week, and you may find your job. And actually for me it's so crazy, because I really had to wait and I really had to remain faithful, because God gave me the opportunity the exact time I was already running out of savings. So I had a job until sometime June this year, and from then on, I was surprised with the news that the company I was working for was going bankrupt. So they weren't paying anymore, and that was it. So from July till December, thanks God, I've had savings that helped me go through, that sustained me. But sometime around October already, these savings were already like being very tight. I could barely manage to pay rent. That was the only thing I could do. So for food, I was really like starving sometimes. I was literally going to sleep sometimes, just fasting, asking God, like, hey, please just help me go to sleep with this hunger, because it's so hard going to sleep with hunger. Honestly, it's really so hard, and it's so hard to get like a decent sleep as well. So I was just literally asking God, please just like, God, help me fall asleep in your arms, in the arms of Jesus Christ. And Holy Spirit, please help me have a peaceful night and help me wake up the next day just feeling like I've slept well, and give me this the spirit of hope and faith and positivity, even though I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this next month. So sometime around October, November, I was already in a struggle. Uh, but this was such a beautiful time for me, how to learn to accept help from people, because in the past I would never want to appear like I need help. I always wanted to keep this image of I have everything figured out. I will do everything by myself. I'm a strong, independent woman, blah, blah, blah. I'm like a superheroine. And hey, this doesn't work with God. Like, you're not independent. Like, we are always dependent on God, who breathes life into us, who wakes us up every single day and grants us a peaceful night of sleep. We are so dependent of God, and the world wants to make you believe that you can achieve everything by yourself, that you are the own creator of your life, that all circumstances, all realities, all facts, everything that happens in your life can happen just because of you, that you have control over your entire life, which is such a lie. Honestly, wake up. It's not true. You have control over the circumstances that you're seeing now, but there's so much more that you are not seeing, that it's invisible, that you cannot know, that you cannot control, and that you need to let go of that control and accept that you are dependent on God. So once this reality for me wasn't looking like I can manage by myself, I had to accept this position of being humble and say, hey, God, I need your help. And I'm willing to accept it. I don't want to pretend I'm this strong woman anymore who can handle everything by herself. Of course, I can be, but I don't want to be, because I want to trust you, Lord. And I want to feel you. I want to be by your side and accept your help, and accept that I'm miserable without you. Honestly, I'm miserable without God. I was miserable without God. In the past, I could have handled everything by myself, but I was literally so miserable. I thought I was fine. I was so happy. Hey, I did it by myself, this and that, but it never granted me true happiness, true joy, and ultimately true peace, because God is the one who provides all of this, the true peace, the true joy, the true happiness. Because you may have all of these things from the world, from the material things, from the visible things, from the things that you can see, from your job, even if you have a job right now, from the money, from your house, from the security that you think you have. But if it's not coming from God, rooted in God, it will feel like never enough. And it will feel like it can disappear from one day to another, because hey, it can. From one day to another, they can tell you, you're jobless, bye, pick up your things and leave. Or they can take away your house saying, hey, someone took it for you, leave. Someone will pay more for you. Someone is buying your house, so leave. It can happen, or they can rob you. There's so many things that can happen that we're not in control of. So better off you are by just letting everything into God's hands, knowing that you have a big part here, because God made you and created you as his image. So you are powerful. You have a spirit of power, of self-control, of peace, and of discernment and wisdom to choose what's right also for you. Always, of course, considering God's will, considering God, but of course doing your part. So applying for jobs and showing up to places even when you don't want to. I've shown up in networking events even if I didn't want to, and it's always brought me something, always a connection, a confidence, beautiful words, beautiful, kind people. And that's also a step in moving forward, in keeping this positivity, and in knowing that, hey, you're doing right, you're still going on every day. So now let's get into the real deal, exactly how God gave me this job. So I was looking for a job. I'm a graduate in advertising and PR, public relations, and I also have a master in marketing, for your information. And for a long while, I was also immersing myself in my coaching business. I'm a coach as well in wellness and self-love, self-development, of course, now with the focus on God first. After a while doing this, I've realized, hey, this is great, but it's so unstable. Like, I feel like I need some structure in my day, because I was being a freelance for a long while, for about 3 years. And even though I managed to sustain myself, to make it through, I needed now some stability coming from a company, some growth in a team, not by myself. And of course, always God, but I was really tired of handling everything by myself. So I felt like, hey, it's okay and it's humble and it's fine to take one step back and say, I want to feel rooted also, working in a team in which I can feel inspired, in which I can grow, and we can grow together as a team. So, as part of a group, and I'm no longer just by myself trying to make this business or this job work. So, that's what I did. And I found this job in sales, and I was looking for a job in sales for such a long while, because this was a skill I wanted to improve, and God delivered that exactly as I wanted, in a field that I love also, which is traveling. It's also a big passion of mine, and God did all of that in less than a week. It was over 5,000 people, I think, who applied for this job. And even though my CV wasn't fully rooted in sales, because as I've said, my background comes from marketing, communication, uh, wellness, fitness, health. It it does have a lot of skills that you need for sales, but it's not like I have like 10 years of experience in sales like some of my colleagues have. You get me? So somehow and I know it's really God, because it was really a miracle. Like, they saw my CV. Next day we scheduled an interview. Next day we scheduled second interview, and then the following day the last interview, that it was a role play. And next day, so literally in 5 days, like how God created the earths and heavens, like it's so crazy. In 5 days, I've got the contract. Boom. God is so good. I knew it was from God, because all the time I had so much peace. I didn't have any anxiety thinking, oh, I'm not prepared enough. Oh, I'm not good enough for the job. Oh, I don't know, I have doubts. Also, mind you, I need to tell you, during this week, I had a trip planned for going to Paris with my grandma. This was so cute. And I was visiting Paris and then Strasbourg as well, because it was Christmas time. It was literally before Christmas. And I wanted to visit the cathedral, of course, and then also the little Christmas markets. And even though I've had, as I said, almost no money, like God provided somehow with all these trips. Like, really, I cannot thank God enough. Like, I've had, well, of course, my grandma, my mom helping me out, but hey, that's already a lot, because before, when I was already working, I was the one helping them out, and I was feeling bad accepting help from them, because they're also going through situations, and I was this time taking my position of being a child, being a daughter, and accepting like my family's help. Not only that, but also people that would come up to me, friends, saying, hey, like, I know you're struggling, take this money to do groceries, or hey, let's do groceries together, I pay for you, or hey, let's go for a restaurant, I want to invite you, or hey, I cooked, and I cooked more, so come to my place and let's have some food together. And also people from church. And I've been so blessed during this entire time, and it made me realize how dependent on God I am, and how I can accept people's help, and then how I can also help others when they're in need, because I was always like so rejecting people's help, but also not wanting to help people that much. Of course, if it was convenient for me, I would, but if it wasn't, like, I was like, no. But now it's made me so humble that I just want to help people as much as God has helped me. I've got this job in 5 days, literally. And funny thing is how God also gave me two other positions in the exact same time. I was struggling for months without not even getting one, and I knew it was coming from God, because come on, I have a lot of experience, and I was like, come on, it's impossible that I'm not getting a job. Before it was so easy always for me to get a job, and right now it's like not coming. I know, God, it's because you have a special reason for this. And he had. When I got this job in 5 days, I literally had some other two offers right away. And I had to use my discernment because these two positions had a very good title, let's say, like a big title, like head of marketing of this or of that. And I used to take on this position, so it wasn't something that would surprise me. But I knew that whatever these positions I was going to be signing for, they would take my life away. Not take my life away, but if you have experience when you take positions in head off or whatever, know that it comes with a big responsibility, and that you won't be able to rest for a long period until you get things done. Let's say when you take a position of this kind of big responsibility, you won't be able to rest until you have settled everything down, until you are sure of what you're doing, until you have taken the proper decisions, until this takes at least 1 or 2 years, I would say, to get things done. Because when you go and jump into a position like this, you also usually need like renewal. You need to get adjusted, you need to learn things, you need to do this and that. So I was sure, like, even though it was coming with a bigger paycheck, bigger benefits, and greater title, let's say, just in terms of how it looks like in society, I knew I was going to be so unhappy, in so much pressure. And even though it looked like such a great opportunity as well, because all of those were great, I had to use my discernment and this time take a position of humbleness and say, like, humility, sorry, and say, like, hey, it's okay. I'm okay taking like a lower position, like a sales manager, but knowing that it's gonna take a slower path, it's gonna take like a little more time to build my way up there, than instead of taking the position that it's already up there. But I'm fine with it, and I'm thankful, God, because you literally delivered the position that I wanted. So thank you. I hope this video gave you a little bit of positivity, of hope, on faith, of course. I know I've shared a lot, but I needed to share all the insights in terms of, hey, it's okay accepting help. It's okay being dependent of God, and knowing that you're not a strong, independent woman anymore. Like, hey, you need to count with God. And you are literally back to back working together, and God sees everything that you cannot see in your back. All these spiritual things, all the invisible, and all your future, present and past, even all the things that you don't know you have in you, all the desires of your heart, God knows them. And when you are with Him, it doesn't matter how reality looks like right now, because God knows better, and know that you're fine in God's hands. So I love you so much. Please give this video a little thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't yet. We are over 1,240 people here. I'm so crazy, I'm blown up, because I literally started this channel 6 months ago, and it's so crazy, so crazy. So I'm so thankful, and it's all thanks to God. All the glory be to God. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm praying for you also if you don't have a job, or if you do, I'm praying for you. Know that you will be fine. I love you.